Hey, hey, hey. All right, happy Thursday. I'm just popping in real quick. Transformation. I received a message from somebody and they said happy Transformation Thursday, something like that. But what came to me when I was preparing myself, getting ready to do my workout, which I will start shortly. But so what kind of came to me was, we often fight against the transformation. And so the most recent episode of the Awakening Room podcast that we posted discussed transformation and the collapse that often comes before transformation, things like that. And one of the comments talked about it being about control, right? The fact that some things are out of our control is a really big triggering point for most of us, right? So what kind of ran through my mind during this process was we fight against certain things, even though we know the lesson that we're learning and we know the reason why, or we know what we need to do. So it's like being that we know what we need to do already, why are we fighting against it, right? Why? Just why? And it's the comfortability, right? We will construct a narrative or accept a narrative that we are most comfortable with, or that we can control, or that we think we can control. Even if the reality is we're not in control of it, we think we are. And it's just something that we're more comfortable with. Even if we're not even 100% comfortable in this narrative, it's just more comfortable than the alternate. There can be a very vital lesson or transformation point that a specific experience is teaching us. Like, for example, if the challenge is learning how to be more patient, we will go through experiences that test that, because that is something that we really need to overcome in order to progress ourselves and to grow greater, right? And we'll find ourselves being placed in a lot of positions where our patience is tested. And the reason we're going to keep getting those tests is because we are not allowing ourselves to pass the test by exemplifying the patience that we need in the moment. And for whatever reason, we have accepted the narrative of, well, it's somebody else's fault. We kind of victimize ourselves when we're not a victim. We're learning a lesson, and we need to learn that lesson so we can stop repeating it. Why are we comfortable sitting in that when it's clearly uncomfortable? But we're choosing to present it as if we are comfortable there, when in truth and reality within ourselves, we know we're not, right? So it's important for us to be able to exercise greater discernment on when we are creating a narrative that we feel like we can accept just because it's the narrative we create and not the quote unquote narrative someone else has created or presented for us. And that goes back to the control. So now we are feeling like, okay, we have the control. We are in control. We are the creator, the owner, etc. of this. So this is where we're going to reside, right? It doesn't really make sense, right? So if we truly want to transform ourselves for better and keep progressing and growing, we will stop making excuses for ourselves, and we will allow the transformation to take place. And be okay with the moments when things are not okay. The moments when we have to surrender to whatever is going on around us that we can't control, and not put so much stress on ourselves and in ourselves about those things. Allowing ourselves to move and navigate through tumultuous experiences with the grace that we deserve for ourselves. And to stop expecting things to turn out to be a certain way, because with that expectation comes the desire to control the outcomes, desire to control every little aspect of things, and that's not the way things necessarily work. Yes, there will be times where we can control certain things and things work out in our favor, but there are going to be the opposite times as well. And we have to remain balanced and within inner harmony during all of these moments. And we have to learn the lesson so that we don't continue to repeat it. And actually learning it is accepting and acknowledging where we made a quote unquote misstep and identifying where we can correct it in the present and the future so that the message is received and the experience, the lesson, the challenge isn't continuous, right? So I just wanted to hop on real quick and share this little thought process that I went through for the moment. And shameless plug, or not so shameless, because I have no shame. There's no shame with it. Please do check out the Awakening Room podcast on YouTube. There are 4 episodes available right now. We love you to engage with us. Leave your comments, like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when the episodes are coming. New episode coming soon. And let's continue to learn with each other, to help teach each other, and to help grow into the best versions of ourselves. Okay? Okay, love you. Bye-bye.